Hello, Virgo, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of June 7th through the 13th. And during that time, we have the last quarter moon that comes in on the 8th. And that is the time when we're kind of wrapping up those things that we started during the beginning of the cycle. Definitely having some inward evaluation and reflection. Also, a good time to just kind of attain our full potential, get rid of negativity. The moon energy after that is the waning crescent, which is a good time of calm and stability. That's for the rest of the week. And again, it's a good time to be thoughtful and growth oriented and to think of, the cycle that we've just been through. We're kind of wrapping that up, what worked, what didn't work. Let's kind of evaluate those things and start to think about how we want to make changes or what new things we might like to start when the new moon comes up next week. So please keep those moon energies in mind as we move through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not encounter, Virgo. So, as always, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't here on the table for someone else. And your overall message for this reading is the energy is gaining momentum, which I feel like maybe the Gemini Collective had that card come in. I have the worst memory when it comes to those things. Sometimes I notice cards that come up over and over, and I have trouble sometimes putting it with which sign. So I just do a reading. I'm very in the moment when I do these readings, and then it's very hard for me to remember. So anyway, that being said, let's get into this reading. My fun weekly reminder, Virgo, is that you pay attention to the universe this week when it comes to synchronicity. So, there's a whole other language that's going on out there. And if you're not aware of it, it's the universe that's kind of guiding you and showing you signs and nudging you in certain directions. So, when we pay attention to those things, which, sometimes it's easier said than done, even for myself. I mean, I am very aware of synchronistic things, but I have weeks where I'm more sensitive to it than others. But try to pay attention to that this week, especially if you have anything, any issues or things going on that you're working through. Pay attention to those things that are just kind of the noise around us, because sometimes in that noise, there is a message for you. So, anyway, that is my fun weekly reminder for you, Virgo. Let's get into this reading. June 7th through the 13th, the energy is gaining momentum. Your present energy right now is the Six of Cups. So, you're in a place where you might be feeling a little bit nostalgic. This could be someone that comes to you from your past, or maybe you get a phone call or a letter, or you hear of something. But sometimes something that's kind of making you feel a little bit nostalgic. I know for me, this tends to be music. I'll hear a song and it just in my mind takes me back to a different time in my life, or sometime in my youth, or it reminds me of people or family members that are gone, or friends that maybe I don't see that often anymore. So there's some sort of nostalgic thing that's coming up for you this week a little bit, Virgo. Your current situation right now is the Justice card. So this may be some kind of truth that is coming from some nostalgic time. This could be a truth that you're learning about a person or about an event or something that has gone on, but there's some sort of truth that is coming to you this week. And this could be, it could be that you had a perception of something that was in your past, and then something comes to light that even makes you realize, oh, that wasn't really what I thought. It was this other thing, now that you see that through the eyes of maturity, that sort of thing. So some sort of truth, something coming to light for you this week, Virgo. All right, and let's see what is at the root of this situation is the Queen of Swords. So, this is about, understanding your thoughts, your intellect, your those things that are in the air, right? The messages that are out there. So there could be at the root of this maybe some message or something that comes through, or somebody says something that might just again trigger some sort of nostalgia or bring you to some sort of truth. It may be a message where someone tells you something that you didn't realize was the truth, right? It was something that you're just learning. You're like, oh, I didn't realize that. Anyway, yeah, getting that maybe it is from your childhood or your youth. So in your recent past here, wow, I've seen this card almost, I think, in every reading, in different positions. So in your recent, this is a card of, being cunning or crafty. This could be a theft or hidden agenda, things that are going on behind you. Also, again, air energy with the sword. So, sometimes I see this as people who have a lot of thoughts and ideas, but only share a couple and might hold on to some of that information. So maybe there was some information that is coming to light because you just didn't have all of the information together quite yet. So that happens to all of us, right? What's on your mind this week is the Four of Pentacles. So, it's definitely making you think about your own stability. Um, Many times this is about financial stability, but sometimes it's just about general stability that's on your head, that's on your mind, what you're thinking about. And this could be, sometimes you get some kind of truth come in and it does kind of rock your world a little bit. It's like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that. And it could be something that, again, there's like a paradigm shift and it just makes you think about things in a whole different way. So let's see, as more cards come out, what that might mean for you. What is just ahead of you this week is the Knight of Cups. So whatever it is, you're kind of open emotionally to, I guess, managing and dealing with it. Even though, again, it kind of rocks your stability a little bit, I just think it may throw you a little, or try to throw you a little off kilter. And maybe it doesn't, because you're really just trying to hold on to that. But you're definitely, emotionally open as you go through the week to managing and dealing with whatever this new information is for you. So let's keep going. And your advice position is the Fool card. So, the advice I feel like is just let the past go. You kind of have to take whatever information this in. And for some reason, I mean, it's, is it negative? Maybe for some of you, it's going to be some negative information that you're like, oh, wow, didn't realize that was, a thing. For some of you, positive, and but I think you just kind of have to let it go. It's almost like it's in the past. It's something um, that you can't change. It's either it is what it is, and you need to just let it go and set off on your own new journey this week. That's your advice, is to just start off in a new way. And maybe because you have this information at your back now, it affords that to you. So even though, again, I think it kind of rocks your stability just a little bit. What is beyond your control this week? Yeah, something you're done with. Yeah, just go ahead and be done with it. There's nothing you can do about it. The past is the past, as they say, right? What is your secret desire, or what are you trying to avoid? Is the King of Wands. So is it your secret desire to really, embody? The King of Wands is about, understanding passion, understanding what lights a fire under not only yourself, but also the people around you. So is it your secret desire for that this week, or are you just trying to avoid even having some sort of understanding about that? We're going to look again. Let me get the last couple cards here, and I might go back to that King of Wands because that's interesting in that position right there. All right. In your outcome position is the 10 of Pentacles here. So interesting. A couple of tens on the table. A new journey. Okay, so this new journey, you're starting because something is ending, but you're also trying to move yourself towards, this is about long-term wealth, security, and happiness, when it comes to the generation. So, and I feel like with this secret desire trying to avoid, is it like a passionate reaction, almost like a bad reaction to this truth that's coming in, where just like fire, and I almost like this would be if it's a bad thing, that this information that you're learning, that are you trying to just quell this passionate response to it, because it is something that's in the past? There's nothing you can do about it. Again, we're going to let it go, even though it's kind of rocking your stability. Let it go. Start off on this new journey now that you know that you've got this information under your belt, but you can't do anything about it. All you can do is move forward, and again, have these tens, have these endings. In one case, letting go of something. This is kind of a darker card here, with this is, not a bad ending, but it's kind of, darker, way darker than the 10 of Pentacles there, right? Which is about moving forward, ending. How am I trying to put this? An ending here that is like, there's nothing you can do about this information, but you do have to just kind of let it go and be done with it. But as you turn your energy towards thinking about things that are more positive and endings that are further off, if that makes sense, further off into the distance. Okay. What is being hidden from you this week, Virgo? Is a lot of hard work, or being kind of in the moment here with the 8 of Pentacles. So, this isn't something that you have to work at. That's hidden from you. It's not something that Again, I feel like it's information that comes in, it's from your past. There's nothing you can do about it, but you know, this will be your big question. Is this King of Wands? Will you passionately and I almost feel like, are you going to explode on somebody because of this? Maybe. Or are you trying to avoid that? That'll be your big question with this. Okay. Let's get you a final message here from the Soul Oracle deck. What else was I thinking? Truth coming in. It says the energy is gaining momentum. All right. Let's get you a final message from the Soul Oracle deck. Also, look up angel number 1010, which I think I've had that one quite a bit this week also. So see if that has any bearing. It might just be, sometimes the astrology is in the air and things start wrapping up and coming to fruition and things get fiery. So see if that's going to be you, or if you're going to manage this in a different way this week. And there's no right or wrong. You may do that, you may not. So, all right, final message here from the Soul Oracle deck is to look forward, which makes me think about this card. It's like, yeah, there's nothing you can do about this. It's done. It's in the past. You do have to move forward, let it go, start off on this new journey, and look forward to the things that you're building in your own life. So good advice there. Let's get a final or a self-care wisdom card. Let's see what you need to do in the way of self-care, Virgo. Self-care for Virgo this week as they go through whatever this is from their past. Information coming in from the past. Rebel is the card that you get. It's time to celebrate the fact that you don't fit in. Stand on your own 2 feet. Okay, well, there you go. Be a rebel. Stand on your own 2 feet. Let go of whatever this past information, almost like I feel like you're learning. There's nothing you can do about it. Again, take off on your new journey and just put your face forward. Look forward at these things that you can create in your own life, because there's nothing you can do about the past. So Virgo, thank you so much for being here. I do hope there's something in this reading that you can take away and use in a positive way in your life this week. If you're comfortable sharing, of course, drop me a comment down below and let me know, what is this thing that came in from your past? Did it rock your stability a little bit? Were you able to put it behind you? Like the cards say that you probably should just put it behind you, and let's move on and think about forward and more positive things. So also, if you like my reading style, or I was going to say, if you're comfortable sharing, drop me a comment and let me know about that. Or if you have questions, I'd be happy to answer those for you. And if you like my reading style, like I was about to say, clicking subscribe or like really helps me. So I appreciate that so much, but also it helps you find me next week. Come on back and let's see where this energy goes. So Virgo, good luck with all of this, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.